What is the first breed you think of when you hear about a dog attack? I'm going to guess it's probably a pit bull. Growing up, I was taught to believe that pit bulls were dangerous, whether it was through media or on television shows. Pit bulls were bred to be big and powerful dogs, which makes them an easy target for media. Pit bulls are like every other dog breed and were bred to do something, although they aren't the only breed that attacks people. All dogs can become aggressive, not just pit bulls, depending on how a dog is raised and trained. The history of pit bulls isn't what people would expect. First, John Baston from Caesar's Way states there is confusion over which breed of dog is actually a pit bull. American Pit Bull Terrier, the Staffordshire Terrier, and at times the Bulldog are included in the definition of a pit bull. Pit bulls used to be America's favorite breed in the early 1900s. An article by Pet MD called Five Famous Pit Bulls talks about pit bulls that were famous during the war and on television shows. During World War I, the country personified itself as a pit bull on Army recruitment posters, and several pit bulls went on to be famous on the American military. One famous pit bull is Sergeant Stubby, the most decorated dog of World War I, was recognized with capturing a German spy who Stubby attacked and held until American soldiers took him prisoner. Another famous dog you may recognize from a movie is Petey the dog from The Little Rascals. Petey was a pit bull in the original shorts of the 1920s, but was registered as a Staffordshire Terrier. Pit bulls were commonly associated with children, like in The Little Rascals, as well as with Buster Brown, which was a comic strip character. So how did America's favorite dog breed go from being the most loved to the most dangerous? One thing that changed it all was the comeback of dogfighting in the 80s. Despite being illegal in all 50 states, and the pit bull was the dog of choice. Pit bulls were also the preferred guard dog for drug dealers and gangs. After attacks became more common, every single proposed ban of pit bulls became a law. Animal control officials called it the most concentrated legal assault on a pit bull they can recall, as well as canine racism. The blame for the rise in attacks is placed on humans. Many of the attacks were due to poorly bred and badly trained dogs raised by a backyard breeder who were trying to get money for the pit bull's increasing popularity. Pit bulls aren't the only dog breed that are dangerous. The way any dog behaves is based primarily on how that dog was raised and how it was treated growing up. The reason pit bulls are commonly heard in the news being the cause of an attack is because many owners who have a pit bull train the dog to be aggressive and to protect their property. These owners get pit bulls purely for the reason that they are pit bulls and that people are taught to fear them. Any dog breed can attack a human at any given moment, whether it be a pit bull, a Rottweiler, or a golden retriever. Pit bulls are one of the most lovable breeds if trained properly, though. An article from One Green Planet titled Five Common Myths Fuel Wrongful Stigmas Against Pit Bulls give a few common myths. One is pit bulls having a locking jaw. There's a myth that when pit bulls bite, they lock their jaw, making it nearly impossible for someone to get the dog to stop biting. But there is no evidence that pit bulls can actually lock their jaw. Another is that pit bulls have the strongest bite force of any other breed. Dr. Brady Barr of National Geographic tested the bite force of an American Pit Bull Terrier, a German Shepherd, and a Rottweiler. Of the three, the Pit Bull had the least bite force. A third myth that people believe is that Pit Bulls can turn on their guardians without warning. Pit Bulls that are raised in a loving and stable environment are capable of being just as successful as any other breed. But if a dog is raised in an unstable or abusive environment, it will be more inclined to display signs of aggression. I became interested in this topic when my sister got her first pit bull. When she first got it, I thought she was crazy because growing up, I learned that pit bulls were vicious and dangerous, but the dog Lola grew up, I realized that it wasn't true for all dogs. After getting Lola, my sister got another pit bull named Tank. He's your typical looking pit bull. He's very large and muscular, but the only thing that they will attack you with are hugs and kisses. After my sister got Tank and Lola, I realized that pit bulls aren't a vicious breed. My own dog Jude, a lab mix, can at times be more aggressive than Tank and Lola. When someone she doesn't recognize or a strange vehicle comes to our house, she becomes very protective. All dogs can become aggressive, not just pit bulls, depending on how a dog is raised and trained.